two. We got a love for the ages, raging every day. You got aches, I got pains, we both got a little more gray. The stairs are getting steeper, winter sure feels colder. Maybe they're just the same, we're just getting older. You got that hip that keeps you up at night, I can't bend my knee. You tip left, I lean right, oh we must be a sight to see. Mean arthritis got your hands all sore, it's doing the same to my shoulder. So pass the ibuprofen, girl, we're getting older. Yeah, the years are rolling up on us, you and me don't mind. Got a love that's outside the walls of time. The days will write the words, and the years will turn the pages. The story will tell how you and me fell in a love for the ages. Go take my nap at 4, you'll take yours at 3. Eat an early supper, local news on the TV, Christy Casciano. Read our books by the fire till the embers start to smolder. Wrapped up tight in the one thing, it's never getting older. Yeah, the years are rolling up on us, you and me don't mind. We know we've got a love that's outside the walls of time. The days will write the words, and the years will turn the pages. The story will tell how you and me fell in our love for the ages. Yeah, the story will tell how you and me fell in our love for the ages. Thank you. This next song was originally sort of written on commission, so to speak. I don't know how many of you know Father Ray McVeigh from Unity Acres. Anybody know Father Ray McVeigh? You know who he was?
Okay, I got a few. Well, Ray was he was a guy who he was a Catholic priest, and he looked after the homeless men on the streets in Syracuse, and he finally realized that being on the streets wasn't the best place for him. So he went up to so he got an old sanitarium up in Orwell, New York, and he really fixed it up, and so the men could go up there and be out in the country and away from the streets and the temptations of the streets. And they had a 50th anniversary dinner and asked me to write a song for it, and I had worked there for a little while, so I sort of knew. I think I'll be all right. It's only a flesh wound. And I worked there, and I knew some of the men, and so I wrote a song about it, and then my good friend Larry Hoyt played it on his radio show, and he said, you should really record that song. So I did, and it's called Up Where the Men Go. They used to call me Drunken Joe, I had the demon bad. Bridges, parks, and alleys, the only homes I had. I drank that hopped up sweet wine, I slept right where I fell, and you couldn't have found a sadder soul in the coldest part of hell. My buddy Charlie told me about some skinny little priest, said his work and mission was out here on the streets. Said he had a place up north where the lake winds dumped the snow, some old farm that he'd fixed up for the men to go. And I laughed and said, oh Charlie, I know them preacher men, they love to say them magic words and hear you say amen. It ain't me they care about, it's my mortal soul. Charlie, I just done lost that a long, long time ago. Charlie drank some whiskey, passed the bag to me. He said this Father Ray thinks a little differently. He don't want no converts, he just means to let you know you can always come and stay with him up where the men go. It's warm and dry in winter, there's fresh air in the spring. You can plant your own damn garden, grow most anything. Walk back into nature, you can feel that summer sun. Ain't no one gonna ask you about the bad things that you done. As Father Ray thinks every bum that walks upon this land is all the worth and value of any other man. He don't act no high and mighty, cause the man believes it's true. But for the grace of God, he'd be right here with me and you. That night I dreamt about the things that Charlie said. Next day I went to find him. They said, old Charlie's dead. Cried and prayed for my old friend, cause I meant to let him know tomorrow I'd be heading north, up where the men go. Stayed up there for 15 years, there never was a day when I didn't thank the Lord my God for Father Ray McVeigh. Them big ears and them patched up pants, he made me realize Jesus sure could make himself a pretty good disguise. And that's just how you'd feel when he sat and talked to you. Something in his eyes, like Jesus was there too. And I know it was a miracle the day I turned to see the soul I thought I'd lost for good come flying back to me. Packed my sack and I had to move along, a place that's even sweeter than that sweet old farm. And my good old buddy Charlie, he just wants to let you know he's sitting right up here with me, up where the men go. Thank you. We've got a special guest coming up here. I forgot his name, but he's a special guest. Now, you all know George Newton. George made the, you all know George from playing with Quattro and other great bands in the area, Better Than Bowling. And George made a very wise decision for a musician. He decided to play an instrument that nobody else could ever play, and so he'll always have work. It's the pedal steel guitar, and he is a master of it. And we're gonna show him off on one here that I wrote driving down the Massachusetts Turnpike. Don't ask, there's no story. 2, 3. Well, they say that love is blind, and I believe it's true. All I see is heaven when I look at you. Yeah, in these starstruck eyes of mine, you can't do nothing wrong. I got you high on a pedestal, 'cause that's where you belong. Oh, but I still hear things I know they're true. Because I'm blind don't mean I'm stupid too. Now you think I don't know, 'cause I pretend that I don't see. Just 'cause I'm a fool for you, don't think you're fooling me. Tell you that I love you, you say you love me too. Baby, it ain't no secret, I mean it more than you. But that's alright, sweet darling, oh, I've always known the score. Take whatever love you give and never ask for more. Oh, but that don't mean that I don't cry when I know that my sweet heaven's with some other guy. Now I'll make sure you never see my pain and misery. Just 'cause I'm a fool for you, don't think you're fooling me. are gone. You know I'll always be here when you need some loving arms. You know that I'm a fool for you, but the one thing you don't see is the fool who always knows the truth, and you ain't fooling me. Yeah, just 'cause I'm a fool for you, don't think you're fooling me. Is it right now?
Our sound man, Jeremy Johnson.
Of course there was a problem, and of course it was my fault.
The pops and the crackles belong to John.
That's right. That's right. Well, you've heard enough of my singing. Now you're going to hear the one that can really sing. You don't have to applaud.
I was going to say, is Dolly Parton coming back?
Yeah, Kathy's got a voice, sing the birds right out of the trees, and she's going to do you a song here that she does a great job on, and I'm in the wrong key, so I better get in the right key.
That's all right. Well, we got to wait for Nick to tune that banjo because he...
It's spring out, by the way. It's spring, and I'm so excited that I just went out and wet my plants. Really? I thought that was a good one. No, I wet my plants. My plants.
Honey, they're stunned. It's not that it's not funny. It's just that it was stunning.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I take that one back.
It's knowing that your door is always open, your path is free to walk. Makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words or bonds, ink stains that are dried upon some line. Keeps you in the back roads by the rivers of my memory, keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy painted on your columns now that binds me. Something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. Railroad
Dr. Cadley. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming out. This is a great crowd, great audience. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Big special thanks to John Price and Janet Press for creating a wonderful place for music to be played. And thank you to Bill Knowlton for being so kind as to come out and be the MC. Bill, we can't pay you, but you know, so, but just the honor of introducing us, I thought might be enough. Okay.
He works for public radio, so he knows what that's about. Two, three.
The days are hard, the nights are slow. The hour of the wolf is all you know. Mouth is dry as vinegar, blood hissing in your ears, chest burning with nameless fears, and everything you have to do is like a mad dog that wants a piece of you. Dust in your stomach, tremor in your hand, not a soul who understands. So it goes from bad to worse when you're living with the family curse. Dark gray fog behind your eyes, mind that speaks 1,000 lies. Can't trust a thing you think or feel. It's all a dream and it's all real. The coldest way to be alone, to be so homesick, and you're already home. Cry for mother, she's not there. Ain't no comfort anywhere. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it works when you live with the family curse. Light the candles, say the prayers, hope to God that God is there. You set your jaw, you hold the wolf at bay, you live to fight another day, and hope you can stand the worst when you're living with the family curse. Thank you. I'm going to introduce the band up here because sitting up here in the middle, I feel like a hood ornament on a Rolls Royce. just got so much power behind me, I don't have to do a damn thing. And I'm just so honored and lucky to have these people with me. I'll start over on my far right here. A young man I first saw play when he was 16 years old, I think. And I said, well, he's 17 now, yeah. He just grew a mustache for this show. And it's a fake. And I said, well, he's got it. He's going places, and he has, and rightfully so. He's playing on national stages all over the world with thousands of people, with the Yonder Mountain String Band, who were nominated for a Grammy this year, and Nick was out there in California. He's the finest young musician to come out of Syracuse in a long time, Nick Piccinini. Over to my left, he's gone. What happened to him? Roger, get out here. I have to say something about you. Yeah, you know that sheet you gave me to read? I have to read that. When I first heard Roger, I paid him the greatest compliment that I can give any musician, and it's not, oh man, you're great, or boy, you're the best. I heard him, I was at a festival, we were at a festival with the Lost Boys, and I was walking by a stage and I heard this dobro, and I said, who the F is that? And that's the biggest compliment I can give to any musician. And I went, and I was glued to that stage, and I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I didn't know who he was, and I saw him at a few more festivals, and I always sat there and listened to every note he played, because he was just such an amazing musician. And lo and behold, a few years later, I got to meet him, and not only got to meet him, but got to be real good friends with him and his wife, Amy Gallatin, and this guy is the best there is, Roger Williams. I'll introduce the other ones later, because I don't want to go on too long. So this song is, the last official battle of the Civil War was the Battle of Palmetto Ranch in May of 1865, which is, probably know, is 1 month after April 1865 when Lee surrendered to Grant at Appomattox. So it was a full month after the war was over, but news traveled slow, and even when you got it, you weren't sure you could trust it. So out in the western theater of the war, down near Texas, Rio Grande, Union Colonel Barrett, the Union Army, and Colonel Rip Ford of the Confederate Army were just sort of holding off in an uneasy truce, waiting to see what was going on, but nobody was ready to surrender. And in that battle of Palmetto Ranch, the official last man of the Civil War was killed. John Williams from Jay County, Indiana, 22 years old. Dubious distinction for sure, but this is his story. It was down near Brownsville, Texas, May of '65. John Williams thought that he might just escape this war alive. He heard General Lee surrendered up north a month ago, but they couldn't lay their guns down till the colonel told them so. That was Union Colonel Barrett. He had other plans to hit the Johnnies one more time down by the Rio Grande. He sent the 34th Indiana boys in their coats of blue, with John Williams there among them at the age of 22. 22. From Jay County, Indiana, at the age of 22. Surely was surprised to see the Yankees coming as the sun began to rise. They all agreed there'd be a truce till the call to go home came. Each side would stay right where they was if the other did the same. So the Yanks, they won that first day. They took some prisoners back, and they rested near Palmetto Ranch for the second day's attack. Meanwhile, it was over before the Confederate command, saying if them Yanks want trouble, well, they surely found their man. They found their man. Yeah, if them Federals still want trouble, well, they surely found their man. Some cannon, blue coats didn't know he'd gotten from the Frenchies fighting down in Mexico. Then he rolled them in position right up near that ranch's wall, served the Yanks their breakfast with some 8-pound cannonball. Yanks, they soon was beaten, oh, they dropped their guns and ran, and they all said they was lucky that they'd only lost one man. That was Private Johnny Williams out there staring at the sky with the dead eyes of the last man in the Civil War to die. Oh, to die. The very last man in that dreadful bloody Civil War to die. St. John Williams' death was an awful shame, but in every war that'll ever be, it's bound to end the same. Bullet flies, a young man dies, the final bugle blows. Who the last will ever be, there ain't nobody knows. It was down near Brownsville, Texas, May of '65. John Williams thought that he might just escape this war. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you song now that Doc White? We got Doc Watson fans out there tonight? Yeah. Well, Doc's not here. I'm sorry. It's a song that Mel Tillis wrote and that Doc recorded. Kathy does a great job of it. I'm going to go for you right now.
Ready?
2, 1, 2, 3.
Walk on, boy.
Walk on down the road.
Well, there ain't nobody in this whole wide world that's gonna help you to carry your load.
Cadley. Murray Cleveland.
Well, the rich men make all money, while the poor men do all the work. Rich man living mighty high on the hog, the poor man is living on the dirt. Walk on, boy,
Walk on down the road.
well, there ain't nobody in this whole wide world's gonna help you to carry you low. Walk on, boy. Walk on down the road. No, there ain't nobody in this whole wide world that's gonna help you to carry your load.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're gonna do the title cut from the record.
It's always special title cut.
Everybody ready? One, two. They say that there's another life when this one is through. I never did believe it. Now I hope it's true. Just so I can get the chance to say these words to you. I'm so sorry. I never knew. You never were the man I wanted you to be. I never understood why you hid yourself from me. The things you said, the things you did, they were such a mystery. I was so young, I could not see. I never knew, I never knew all the things that you went through. Just like all of the others, I turned my back on you. I'm so sorry, I never knew. Made up stories to cover up my shame. I grew up sad and angry when they called me by your name. And when you drank that whiskey, and I'd hate what you became. I never knew it was to kill the pain. I never knew, I never knew all the things that you went through. Just like all the others, I turned my back on you. I'm so sorry, I never knew. home. Through the days that followed, she told me things I'd never known. Stories of your life and how they cut you to the bone. The suffering you bore all alone. I never knew. I just struggled through and through. So please, oh please forgive me for the way I treated you. I'm so sorry, I never knew. I'm so sorry. I never knew. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to do one more here, and then we're going to take a little break. I'll introduce real quick the rest of the folks here. To my left, a fellow who I knew him when he was about 14 or 15 too.
I think John knew all of you people.
Yeah, no, but his hair got gray when he was 27, and I don't know what the hell happened to him. But anyway, you know what they say, inside every old person there's a young person saying, what the hell happened? No, but I saw Perry play when he was 14 or 15, and I said, well, that kid's going places. And just like Nick, and he is the mandolinist extraordinaire, first call, everybody wants him, and we got him tonight, Perry Cleveland. And behind me, a fellow who's had the unfortunate job of looking at my backside for 50 years, John Danks. What can I say about John? This is constant as the northern star, best place player around. John Danks. And to my right, the love of my life, and not a bad singer and a picker either. Although I did marry her for her 1966 Fender Princeton reverb amp. That was the real reason. And it came with the original tubes, and she said, well, I come with my original tubes too, so.
I did say that.
I didn't say that joke, she did, so don't come after me.
I said it, but I did. That was the strangest introduction I've ever had.
I know, my original. Here's my wife with her original tubes. When I first heard Cadley play, it was in church, and I said, and afterwards I said, did you ever play out? She said, no, I only play in church. And I said, well, you're too good to play for God. You got to go out and play for sinners, like me. Are there any sinners here tonight? Really? No sinners tonight? Oh, okay. Well, it's Easter, so you're forgiven.
That's right.
And anyway, I said, you got to come out and play in the honky-tonks and the bars because you're just too good. And she did, and she ended up marrying me, which is the best part of all. So we're going to finish out with a tune that I just do with the Lost Boys, and we'll be back for another whole set. Please stick around. We'll be back there at the merch table if you want to buy CDs, and you get a free CD player with every CD. Because 1, 2, 3.
Well, Mr. Bluebird, I'm your tree. oak tree. You ain't half as blue as me, Mr. Bluebird. Oh, if I was you, I'd fly away from these blues.
Blue song, blue sky, blue sea. Bluebird and blue, blue me. Blue song, blue sky, blue sea. Bluebird and blue, blue me. Bluebird and blue, blue me.
Thank you. We'll be back in a little while. That's what I
Jimmy
did.
John McMahon.
Thank you, Dave, for the idea.
Yeah.
When I think so small, your eye can't even see. Bring 7 billion people to their knees. What have you learned? When a lover's whisper, sweet as angel's breath, could turn out to be the kiss of death. What have you learned? When your traveling days are through, you gotta go on home and be alone with you. What have you learned? Upside down, you know you passed the point of no return. Things that could never happen start happening all around. What have you learned? What have you learned? When you've always worked to give your kids enough to eat, now there ain't no jobs and you could wind up on the street. What have you learned? When you've always hid your face so no one sees the scars, now you wear a mask and everyone knows who you are. What have you learned? When they call and say your own sweet mother's bound to die, you can't even hold her hand and say goodbye. What have you learned? What happens when the master plan goes up in smoke? Handle on the exit door, don't turn. All that you're left with are the words the prophet spoke. What have you learned? What have you learned? Have you learned? Have you learned? What have we learned? Thank you.
Well, this next tune John's going to sing for you. It's from a record a few years ago called The Hard Years. And when he was writing the songs for that record, you know, he came up one short and he was asking me, you know, I need another song. He's walking around the house. And I said, well, honey, how about something in 3/4 time? Why don't you write me a waltz? Now, how many people out there can ask their sweetheart to write them a waltz and actually expect any results? And not that I was expecting, you know, big results, but it's a lovely little ditty, and here it is. It's called Waltz for Cadley.
I wrote it because I like living there. Well, she asked me to sit down and write a waltz, so I took out my guitar to play a soft melody for a sweet memory when she waltzed into my life that day. My heart started beating in 3/4 time. I thought I was dancing on air. Music came falling right out of the sky from the angel band playing up there. I told her that I wasn't much of a dancer. I'd already proved that so well. Last time that I'd gotten out on that floor, I tripped and I stumbled and fell. And she smiled like the sun coming up in the morning, said, put on your dancing shoes, just follow my lead and I'll show you how it's all in the partner you choose. And we waltz through the day, each step just as light as a feather. As the stars came to light up that warm summer night, I knew we'd be waltzing forever. Tennessee waltz, so sad and so blue, when she lost her little darling that night. There's the Kentucky waltz that ended too soon beneath the harvest moonlight. And you can waltz across Texas in a prairie land dream with a girl with the stars in her eyes. Now there's a waltz for Kathy, I'll be dancing that waltz till I die. And we're waltzing through the days, moving so easy together, waltzing along to this sweet little song, says we'll be waltzing forever. Waltzing along to this sweet little song, says we'll be waltzing forever. Yeah.
See the glamour
afraid, my little one, it's just a little rain. Don't be afraid, my little one, though the night seems dark and cold. There's someone here who loves you with all the love a heart can hold. I know that wind outside sounds like a big bad hurricane, but it's just the leaves up in the trees, it's just a little rain. And someday when you're older and you feel this way again, when the world outside seems scary and the night will never end, don't give up your hopes, don't give up your dreams. 'Cause the things that you're afraid of, they're never what they seem. But don't be afraid, my little one, close your eyes and sleep. The shepherd's on the hillside, he's watching over all his sheep. When you wake tomorrow and you see that sun again, you can run through all the puddles that were just a little rain. Someday when you're older and you feel this way again, when the world outside seems scary and the night will never end, don't give up your hopes, don't give up your dreams. The things you're afraid of, never what they seem. Don't be afraid, my little one, close your eyes and sleep. The shepherd's on the hillside, watching over all his sheep. And when you wake tomorrow and you see that sun again, you can run through all the puddles that were just a little rain. You can splash and play your fears away. It was just a little rain.
Cadley.
Thank you.
There's a young man that I know, his age is 21. He comes from down in southern Colorado, and is just out of the service.
upon ain't got a good word to say. I guess it's 'cause he was just as wild in his younger days. So blow you old blue northern, oh my love to me. He's riding in tonight from California, and he loves his damn old rodeo as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. I guess it's 'cause he was just as wild in his younger days. So blow you old blue northern, blow my love to me. He's riding in tonight from California, and he loves his damn old rodeo as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. Someday soon, going with him someday soon.
All right,